Next, output statements. How to work with output statements? We have one inbuilt function called print. Inbuilt function called print. By using that, we can able to print something onto the console or output window. Now, what is the first form of print function? It is not taking any argument. Okay, it is not taking any argument. Simply print. It is not taking any argument. What is argument? If I supply something in between the, what is that, parenthesis, that is what we are calling argument. So first form, it is not taking any argument. It is just used for getting a new line. I'll show you that. So just print without any argument. We are getting one single blank line. That is the purpose of using this print. Okay, just to get one blank line. New line character it is going to print. This is what we are calling new line character, a blank line, new line. Now form 2. This is form 2. Whatever we are supplying here, it is taking string as the argument. It is taking string as the argument. Print hello world. What it does, it is going to print whatever it is in between these double quotes. We are getting that as the output. It is not going to, here what happens in case of just to print. Let me show in the file here. File save as. Run module. See here, we are not getting any space. What space? New line character we are not getting. Okay. In this case, we are not getting new line character. If you want the new line character, we can go for this /n. This is what we are calling escape character. Escape character. So this is what backslash n. Backslash n. This is the backslash n. Right? This is the escape character we are calling. Escaping the escape character. Backslash n. Suppose here I give /n. Observe now. Now I'll run F5. See, now I'm getting a blank line. New line character I'm getting. /n used to get the new line. Now /t, tab number of spaces we get. Between hello and word, tab number of spaces we get. Tab number of spaces. Between hello and word, we are getting tab number of spaces. Okay. Some system will be having 4 spaces as one tab. Some system will be having 6 spaces as one tab. In my system, it is 4 spaces. 4 spaces as one tab. Tab number of spaces we are getting. Now, this is what we are calling repetition operator, times operator, multiplication into. This is what we are calling repetition operator. Repetition operator. Now, if I say n into hello. Here, if you try to print this one, exactly it is going to print 10 into hello, nothing more. Because all this content we are enclosing within the pair of double quote. Within the pair of double quote, right? Exactly whatever is there, that you will get. But if we want to make use of that repetition operator, you like this. 10 times hello. Now 10 times hello I'll get. 10 times hello. In the same line we are getting. Carefully observe. 10 times hello in the same line we are getting. Same line. Not in the different line. In the same line we are getting 10 times hello without any space. Without any space. Then these things also one and same. Okay. If I say word times 10, that is also same as previous code. 10 times word. It doesn't matter where you are giving that. So repetition operator. Now, what is the use of this plus operator? Plus operator. Let me increase the font size. Hello plus word. Okay, what happens in this case? Concatenation plus. Here we are not performing any mathematical operation. Instead, we are adding two things. Okay, hello and a word. We are adding two things. Hello is one thing, word is another thing. We are adding two things. Concatenation. Now, note, what is that? If both operands are stringer type, then plus operator acts as concatenation operator. If both operands, here on the left side and on the right side, if both operands, this is what we are calling operands. This is what we are calling operator. If both operands are stringer type, then plus operator acts as concatenation operator. If one of the operator, if one of the operator is stringer type, and another, if one of the operand, not operator, if one of the operand is stringer type and another operand is other type, int type, will get error. For example, like this: 2 plus word. No, it doesn't have any meaning. Will get error. Unsupported operand plus int and str. If both operands are number type, if both operands are number type, if both operands are number type, this is also number type, this is also number type, left and right side, both are number types, then plus operator works as addition operator. Addition operator will get 7 as the output. Now form 3. What is form 3? Print function with variable number of arguments. Print function with variable number of arguments. Here, first we are declaring what? In Python it is very easy. Declaring and initializing the variables. A, B, C, A, comma, B, comma, C, comma is equal to 10, comma, 20, comma, 30. Then print the values are, see here, comma. See, this is one argument. Okay, this is completely one argument, comma, then this is another argument, then comma, this is one more, comma, then at last another one. So that is why we are calling third form of print. Third form of print is a print with a variable number of arguments. Print with a variable number of arguments. Values are 10, 20, 30. So print function is going to take any number of arguments. By using comma as a separator, we can able to supply those arguments. Then by default, output values are separated by space. By default, output values are separated by space. We are getting the space here, output values. So here, this is one argument. The values are, after that we are getting one space. This is another argument. After printing this argument, we are getting another space. After printing this argument, we are getting another space. After printing this, we are getting another space. To print the next argument, there is no next argument. That is why we are not getting here space, right? That is why we are not getting any space. If there is an argument, another argument, then we'll get space. Then we'll get space. By default, output values are separated by space. If we can specify separator by using, we can also specify the separator by using sep attribute, SEP. Sep attribute. See, for this we can able to supply anything. For example, now sep is equal to, I want comma as a separator. I don't want space as a separator. Instead, I want comma as a separator. Now we are getting comma as a separator between arguments. For that purpose, we are what using? We are using this sep. So instead, I want hyphen as a separator. I'll get hyphen as a separator now between arguments. That is what we are achieving through sep attribute, right? Sep attribute, separator. Now we have another form, form 4. Print function with end attribute. Print function with end attribute. Okay. How? Here, this is normal print function, right? Second form it seems. This is the second form. Yeah, this is second form. Then this is fourth form. It is taking end attribute, right? End attribute. What we are achieving through that end attribute. So end is the attribute. After printing this hello, we are giving this character. Space as character. Space as a character. Space also is one character. Now hello, one character I'm going to supply. Then hello, then dollar character I'm going to supply. Here by default, what happens? printing hello. After that, it is going to end this statement by printing this cap symbol. Then after that, it is going to print, and then it is going to end with the character dollar. Then it is going to print welcome. In the same line we get, not in the different line, hello cap and dollar welcome, right? So what we are achieving through end attribute, we are adding something as a end character. We are adding something as a end character. Now the default value for end attribute is /n, which is nothing but new line character. Okay, the default attribute. The default attribute for sorry, the default value for end attribute is /n. I'm not giving anything. Assume here. Let's say simply end. Not going to give anything. So now observe carefully. If I don't give anything, right? If I don't give anything, carefully observe. Like this. We're getting in a different line. Hello in one line, and in one line, welcome in another line. So by default, end attribute will be there. By default, end attribute will be there. For that, what is the default value? For the default end attribute value will be this one, /n. Next line character. Next line. It is going to print a new line character. We get on blank line. If I don't add this interpreter only, adding this that end attribute, then the default value for that end attribute is /n, new line character. Then we have one more form. Form 5. Print the object. We can pass any object like list, tuple, set, or dictionary, etc. as an argument to the print function. Now, let's say we have list and a tuple. You know how to declare list and tuple. This is a list and this is a tuple. Now we are supplying object only, reference variable, right? This is L is pointing to one list object, T is pointing to one tuple object. We are supplying the reference variable L and T. Save it. Directly we can able to supply the object. That is also possible. That is form 5. We have form 6. What is form 6? Print string comma variable list. We can use print function with the string and any number of arguments. How? We can use print function with string and any number of arguments. S is equal to Vijay string, A is equal to 55, that is int. Python, then awesome, both are strings. Now here, hello, hello, then yes, right? Hello, then yes. Hello Vijay, you have A. You have 55. You have 55 rupees. We know Python is awesome. We know Python is awesome. Print statement with the string and any number of arguments. Variable number of arguments. Print function with string and any number of arguments. Form 7. Printing the formatted string. Okay, it is as I said in the beginning itself, it is the syntax. Syntax is similar to the C programming, right? It has adopted the syntax from the C programming language. Now in the C programming, we have this kind of characters. Formatted string. Formatted string. Percentage I represents int. Percentage D also int. F represents float. Percentage S represents string. Now we can also print the list. Carefully observe. Formatted string, variable list. Invalid syntax. Okay. Variable list. Fine. So this is the syntax, how we can able to use that. Okay. For example, here A is equal to 10, B is equal to 20, C is equal to 30. Now all these values are int type, whether we can go for percentage I or percentage D. A value is percentage I, we are using percentage A, right? Percentage A. Now observe this one. B value is percentage D and C value is percentage D. See here, percentage I, we are going to supply one int value, right? Int variable we are going to supply. That is why we are saying that percentage I. Then what is that? Percentage A. This is the value we are going to print here. Then percentage D, B value is percentage D and C value is percentage D. If multiple characters are there, if multiple variables you want to print, then you need to use parenthesis, percentage parenthesis B comma C, closing the parenthesis. This is the syntax we use. A value is 10, B value is 20 and C value is 30. What about this one? If I want to print the string, if I want to print the string. So here list we have S is equal to Vijay, that is the string, list 1. This is the list object. Hello percentages. S is what? Vijay. Hello Vijay. Then the list of items are percentages, right? If it is a list, any object, right? If it is a list or any object, we are using percentages itself. We are using percentages. So it is going to print in the form of string. It is going to print in the form of string. All the elements we get in the form of string. Hello Vijay, the list of items are 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. All these are printed in the form of string. This is also printed in the form of string. 3 dots. Okay, it is not the part of syntax. Okay, just it is um, just a character. Okay, it is not related to syntax. It is not related to syntax. To get the value in the form of string, we are using formatted. What is that? What do we call? Formatted string. Formatted string. Percentages for string format. Percentage I for int. Percentage D for int. Percentage F for float value. That is what we are calling formatted string. So this is form 7. Form 7. Form 8 also we have. Form 8. First name Vijay, last name Kumar. These two are string. Profession acting. This is also string. Now print. Hello. Here we are using what? Curly brace 0. Curly brace 1. Curly brace 0. Curly brace 1. Your profession is curly brace 2. Then dot. It is not comma. You should use what? Dot. You should use the dot. Then format. Format what? We are calling format function by supplying first name, last name, then profession. First name, last name, then profession. Should not use comma here. Should use dot. Here, this is one way of getting that. Is going to start with 0. Format function takes the argument from 0. First name is in the 0, last name is 1, then profession is second argument. From 0 it is going to start. Then one more way, what is that? Format A is equal to first name, right? We are supplying here. What is A? If I don't want to use 0, 1, 2, right? If I don't want to use 0, 1, 2, then you can go for this. We are specifying what A means. A means A is equal to first name, Vijay, comma B is equal to last name, Kumar, comma C is equal to profession. Profession is acting. So here we can specify that A, B, C. Instead of 0, 1, 2, we are specifying A, B, C. Get the same output. Now we'll come to conditional statements, flow control. Conditional statement. Flow control describes the order in which statements will be executed at the runtime. When we run the program, when we execute the program, by using these control statements, we get the output. Means control flow control statement is going to decide which statement should be executed, which statement should not be executed. So control flow, we have conditional statements, we have transfer statements, and we have iterative statements. Conditional statement, transfer statements, then iterative statements we have. In case of conditional statements, if, if, okay, it is something similar to else if in Java. Then this one, third one, if, elif, else. Combinations. Then transfer statements we have break, continue, pass. Iterative statements for iteration purpose. So this is what we are calling loop. Okay, loop. For and while. For loop and while loop. Iterative statements. So first we are discussing about conditional statements, if condition. If condition statement or if condition statement 1, 2, 3, any number of statements. For example, here name is equal to input, enter your name. We are going to get the input from the user, then we are checking whether name double equal to Vijay. Whatever the input that is provided by the user, that is equal to Vijay. If that is true, see here, colon indicates what? Indented block. In case of Python, indentation is very important. Colon, this is the another statement. Whatever you write in this indentation, okay, whatever you write this in this indented block, that will be part of this if block. That will be part of this if block. So I'll get hi, good morning, honey. Then this print function is, sorry, this print statement is different. Internally it is function only. This one print. So generally we are calling it as statement. Assume, carefully observe, I'll run this program. Is going to take the input. If the input is Vijay, hi, good morning, honey, we welcome you. Once again, I'm trying to run. Here I'll supply something else, ABC. In this also, we get we welcome you, but we are not getting hi, good morning, honey. Right? If and only if whatever the input we supply that is equal to Vijay, then only it is going to execute this block, indented block. Hi, good morning, honey. Whether this if block is executing or not, that doesn't matter. But this statement, definitely it is going to be executed. Why? Because this statement is part of this, you know, main program. Okay, you can consider it as main program. You can consider it as main program. It is not belongs to if condition. Okay, it is not dependent on the if condition. If and only if true, this statement will be executing. Hi, good morning, honey. If it is false, if the condition is false, this one won't be executed. But this one is independent. This is a part of main program. Print we welcome you. Whatever the string we enter, definitely we are going to get this statement. We welcome you. But we don't get this statement. If and only if it is true, then only we get this statement. Then if else. Okay. So if condition, okay, we are supplying the condition. If condition true, action 1. If condition is false, else block will execute. This is one block. This is another block. This is the if block. This is the else block. If the condition fails, it is going to execute the statements from the else block. If the condition is true, it is going to execute the statement from the if block. If the condition is false, it is going to execute the statement from the else block. Name is equal to input. Enter your name. We are getting the name from the user. We are getting the input from the user. If name double equal to Vijay, we are going to compare these two values. Whatever the input that we are getting, that is a string only. In the string format only, we get the input from the user. So name, suppose Vijay, if name double equal to Vijay, true will get. If it is true, it is going to execute the if block. It is going to execute the if block statement. Hi, good morning, honey. Otherwise, else, if it is false, if I supply anything other than Vijay, if it is false, it is going to execute the else block. Else, print, we welcome you as our guest. That is the message we get. Enter your name, Vijay. Good morning, honey. Now, once again I'll run. This time I'll provide ABC. We get different. From the else block we get the output. We welcome you as our guest. This is the if else. What about if, elif, else? Syntax. If condition 1, okay, if the condition is true, action 1, then what happens? No other blocks will be executing. Okay. If condition 1 is true, it is going to execute the action 1. It is not going to execute any other conditions. If this condition fails, it is going to come to else if, elif, condition 2. Then it is going to execute this one. If that is also fails, this one. If that is also fails, this one. If everything fails, it is going to come to else, the default action. If everything fails, it is going to come to else. So, observe this program. Movie input we are taking. Enter the name of the movie you want to play. Enter the name of the movie you want to play. We are asking the user. Then system is going to be searching the database by using if and else if condition. If movie double equal to Titanic, Titanic movie is about to play. Otherwise, if movie is equal to Godfather, Godfather movie is about to play. If movie is equal to Shawshank Redemption, that movie is going to play. If movie is equal to Fight Club, that movie is going to play. If movie is Batman, Batman movie is going to play. Else, okay. Otherwise, user has entered other than these movies. If that is the case, else block will execute. Else block will execute. Observe. I'll show the scenarios. Enter the movie name. For example, Titanic. Titanic movie is about to play. Once again, I'll execute Batman. So here, what matters here? Uppercase or lowercase. That also matters. Here uppercase is there B. That is why we need to give uppercase. I give the uppercase, Batman. Batman movie is going to take. Otherwise, If I enter something else, sorry, your favorite movie is not on the list. That output we are getting. That is the use of if condition, else if, then at last else. Now, else part is always optional. You can keep it or leave it. Else part is always optional. In the if condition also, you can develop if condition without else block. You can develop if condition by using else block. You can develop if condition also else if condition, then else condition. If and else if also possible. But if you are keeping else, if you are keeping the else, no. If you are keeping else along with elif, if you are keeping else block along with elif, else block definitely should be the last block. We should keep it as a last block. You should keep it as a last block. For example, here I'm keeping this one in the middle. Observe what happens. Control F5. Invalid syntax we are getting. So if you want to keep this else block compulsory, if you want to keep that else block along with elif, compulsory that should be the end. After all the elif blocks, it should keep. Save it. Now we'll get the output, no issues. Fine. Write a program to find biggest of two numbers from the command prompt. Simple. We get the output from the command prompt. Two input values we get. That we are going to convert to int. By default, input function, it is going to take the input, read the input in the form of string that we are typecasting into int, and we are storing inside n1 and n2. Then we are going to apply the if condition. If n1 greater than n2, biggest number is n1, otherwise biggest number is n2. First number 20, second number 40. Second number is the biggest number. Else part it is going to execute now. Else part. If and else. Write a program to find biggest of three numbers. Biggest of three numbers, we can use AND. How we can use AND operator? We are taking three inputs initially. N1 is equal to input, enter the first number, second number, then third number. If first number is greater than second number, and if first number is greater than third number, then first number is the biggest. Then another possibility we are checking. What is that? n2 is greater than n3. Whether n2 is greater than n3. n2 is the biggest. Then another possibility, the remaining possibility is the biggest number is n3. First we are going to check whether n1 is biggest or not. Then we are going to check whether n2 is biggest or not. If n1 and n2 are not biggest, definitely n3 will be the biggest. Definitely n3 will be the biggest. We are going to find out the biggest number of three numbers. And for example here we are supplying 10, 20, 40. The biggest number is 40. It is the n3. Biggest number is 40. Write a program to check whether the given number is in between 1 to 100. How we are going to check that? First we are going to get a number, then if condition. Whether n greater than or equal to 1, whether the inputted number is greater than or equal to 1. If that is the case, it is going to check this one. And n is less than or equal to 100. N is less than or equal to 100. If that is the case, the number entered number is in the range of 1 to 100. Otherwise, the number is not in the range of 1 to 100. So we are using AND operator. First we are going to check whether the entered number is greater than 0 or greater than or equal to 1. Greater than or equal to 1. So if I say 0, the number 0 is not in the range of 1 to 100. Once again, on that, what happens? For example, I'll say 101. Number 101 is not in the range of 1 to 100. Now if I say 50, that is in the range of 1 to 100, is in the range of 1 to 100 we get. Write a program to find the smallest of the given three numbers. Smallest. Okay, in case of smallest, what we are doing? Carefully observe. Simple program. Eval function we are using. Eval. To get the input, see we are converting whatever the input we get to the eval. Okay, enter the first number, enter the second number, enter the third number. If number 1 greater than number 2 and number 1 greater than number 3. So here what we are going to find out, whether we are going to find out the smallest, right? Smallest. We are going to find the smallest. If I want to find out the smallest, we need to carefully observe. Eval simply say like this one. Num1 less than num2, num1 less than num3. I will say that is smaller than the number num2 and num3. if num2 less than number 3. If the number 2 is less than number 3, the number num2 is smaller than the numbers num1 and num3. Otherwise, num3 is the smallest. Smaller. Control F5. Enter the first number, second number, third number. Number 0 is the smaller than the numbers 10 and 20. Able to find biggest or smallest. Here, particularly, we are going to find the smallest. Write a program to check whether a given number is even or odd. Very simple. Where if any number divided by 2 gives me a remainder 0. If I divide any number by 2, the result is 0. If that is the case, that is the even number. If any number divisible by 2 completely without any remainder, if the remainder is 0, then the given number is even. Otherwise, the given number is odd. Percentage 2. In case of percentage operator, it is what we are calling mod operator, mod or modulus. If number mod 2 double equal to 0, the remainder is 0. We will get the given number is even, otherwise the given number is odd. Let's say 20, that is the even number. Let's say 9, that is the odd number. Write a program to take a single digit number from the keyboard and print its value in English word. Okay. So observe, n is equal to input. Enter the digit from 0 to 9 by using else if. If 0, we are going to print 0, 1. If anything out of 0 and 9, if anything out of 0 and 9, if any number we have entered not in between 0 and 9, then else block will execute. Then else block will execute. Please enter a digit from 0 to 9. Then if I enter 10, else block will execute. Please enter a digit from 0 to 9. If I enter 0, 0 will get. If I enter 9, 9 will get. In between any of the number you can able to enter. You get the else if block. You get the else if block. Now next one is iterative statement. In case of iterative statement, we have to iterative statements. If we want to execute a group of statements multiple times, then we should go for iterative statements. Python supports two types of iterative statements. One is for loop, another is while loop. How we can able to write the for loop in Python? If we want to execute some action or some statements, if you want to execute some statement for every element present in some sequence, okay, sequence we are calling it as, it may be string or collection, it may be string or collection. If we want to execute some statements for each and every element that is present in some sequence, that sequence may be string or collection, then we can go for loop. Now for x in some sequence, it is going to execute the statements. Now where sequence can be string or collection, body will be executed for every element that is present in the sequence. For example, observe this one, Ileana D. Cruz. For all the characters, string is internally an array of characters itself. String is internally an array of characters. Now space also one character. For x in yes, it is going to print all the characters in different lines. It is going to print all the characters in different lines. Space also one character. Space also one character. To print the characters present in the string index wise. How we can do that? Initially, we are initializing to 0. For x in s, print the character present at I. Index is x. So, carefully observe. First, I got initialized to 0. The character present at 0, index is x, I. Then I got incremented to 1. Simply this means I is equal to I plus 1. Simply this means what? I is equal to I plus 1. I is equal to I plus 1. One and the same. I is equal to I plus 1. For the first iteration, the character present at 0 index is I. Then I got incremented to 2. Sorry, I got incremented to 1. The character present at 1th index is L. Then I got incremented to 2. Then I got incremented to 2. The character present at 2nd index is I. Likewise, till the end of the string. Till the end of the string. String also internally an array of characters. Now range function. Range for x in range 10 from 0 to 9, it is going to print. Zero to 9. 0 to 9 in the sense 10 times. 0 to 9 in the sense 10 times. 10 times we are going to get. If I want from 0 to 10, that means 11 times. Including 0, that is 11 times. We can go for 11. So to display odd numbers from 0 to 20, to display the odd numbers 0 to 20. So 0 is going to start till 21. Not till 21, it is till 20. Okay. 21 is exclusive. It is not inclusive. If condition we are using, if if x mod 2 not equal to 0, okay, some remainder is there. If that is the case, it is going to print that number. Okay. If x mod 2 not equal to 0, if that is true, it is going to execute that number. If that is false, it is not going to execute that number. That means we are going to print the odd number. X mod 2 not equal to 0. True. If I give 3, okay, assume the number is 1 or the number is 3. It is going to execute. Assume the number is 2. 2 by 2, we get 0. Not equal to 0, no, false. That is why we don't get that if condition block. Here we only get the odd numbers, not the even numbers. Incorrect indentation. Indentation should be very proper in case of Python. Odd numbers we are getting. To display numbers from 10 to 1, descending order. How we can do that? Descending order, starting from 10. Yep. Starting from 10. Range function, we are passing 3 arguments. Starting from 10, ending is 0. Ending is 0, minus 1. Each time it is going to decrement by minus 1. Each time it is going to be decremented by minus 1. For x in range 10 comma 0 comma minus 1, it is going to start from 10, not from 0 till 0, but not 0. Each time it is going to decrement by 1. Starting from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Not 0. 0 is exclusive, not inclusive. Write a program to print the sum of the numbers present inside the list. We're going to find the sum of the list. Eval function we are using instead of int. Instead of int, we are going to use eval. You can use int or eval. So in case of eval, what happens? There is a difference between int and eval. But here we are using eval for addition purpose. Okay. Here you can able to use int also. We are going to get the input. Okay. Assume that whatever we are supplying, that is list. Okay. If I want to supply list or set or dictionary, then we can able to go for eval. If I want to, we can able to convert this input as eval. We are going to convert whatever the input that we get to this eval. Then we are assigning into list. Initially sum is equal to 0. X in the list. For x in the list, sum is equal to sum plus x. Initially sum is 0. 0 plus that first number. Then it is coming for second iteration. If there is a number, then it is going to add. In the end, it is going to print the sum. Now we are going to apply the list 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 plus 3, 6 plus 4, 10. The sum is 10. Likewise we get. So enough for today. We'll continue tomorrow. Anything you want to ask? Anything you want to ask, Satish or Amrut? Anything you want to ask?
No, sir.
Yeah, of course. I'll send the PPT. It will be in the repository. I'll send the link as well. No issues.
Okay, sir.
I'll
Okay.
update the repository with the PPT now itself. Okay, guys. We'll see in the next class. Please practice all these things and try to write the assignment. If remaining questions are there, if there is any questions is there, okay. Daily I'm going to update the questions. If there is any questions is there in what I have covered, okay, you should write that assignment and you should submit that assignment daily. Fine.
Okay, sir.
Okay,
Fine.
guys. Yeah, we'll continue in the next class.